I tested many laptops recently, and the 5 laptops I'm going to talk about in this video are definitely my favorite ones. In the end, I'm going to rate each of them from 1 to 10. Links to all of these products will be listed in the description below. Let's get started. Number 5. Acer Aspire 5. Picture this, you're on the hunt for a reliable laptop that won't break the bank, but you don't want to sacrifice performance for the sake of saving a few bucks. That's where the Acer Aspire 5 comes into play. I've been using this laptop for a while now, and I have to say it's been a pleasant surprise. When I first unboxed the Aspire 5, I was impressed by its sleek, slim design. It's not the lightest laptop out there, but it's definitely portable enough to carry around without feeling like you're lugging a brick. The 15.6-inch Full HD IPS display is a real treat for the eyes, offering crisp visuals and decent color reproduction. It's perfect for streaming videos, working on documents, or even some light photo editing. Under the hood, the AMD Ryzen 3 3200U processor and 4GB of RAM provide enough power to handle everyday tasks with ease. I've had no issues with browsing the web, working on spreadsheets, or even running multiple apps simultaneously. The 128GB SSD ensures quick boot times and snappy performance, although you might want to consider upgrading the storage if you plan on keeping a lot of files on your laptop. Battery life is another area where the Aspire 5 shines. I've been able to work for hours on end without needing to hunt for a power outlet. It's great for those days when you're on the go and don't have time to stop and charge. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, the price. The Acer Aspire 5 is an absolute steal for what it offers. You'd be hard-pressed to find another laptop with similar specs and features at this price point. It's an excellent choice for students, professionals on a budget, or anyone who wants a dependable machine without spending a fortune. Of course, no laptop is perfect, and the Aspire 5 does have a few minor drawbacks. The speakers are a bit lackluster, so you might want to invest in a good pair of headphones. And while the keyboard is comfortable to type on, the lack of backlighting might be an issue for some users. All in all, if you're in the market for a budget-friendly laptop that can handle the basics and then some, the Acer Aspire 5 is definitely worth considering. It's a solid performer that won't leave you feeling like you're compromised on quality for the sake of saving money. Number 4. Asus VivoBook 15. As someone who's always on the lookout for a good deal, I recently got my hands on the Asus VivoBook 15 to see if it could hold its own among the sea of budget laptops out there. I've been putting it through its paces for a while now, and I have to say it's a pretty solid contender for anyone in need of an affordable daily driver that can handle the basics without much fuss. Let's start with the design. It's not going to win any beauty contests, but the VivoBook 15 has a clean, understated look with its gray speckled finish. It's not too heavy either, coming in at around 3.75 pounds, so it's easy enough to carry around in a backpack without feeling like a brick. Under the hood, you've got an Intel Core i3 processor and 8GB of RAM, which is enough to handle everyday tasks like web browsing, streaming, and light productivity work. I didn't experience any major hiccups or slowdowns during my time with it. The 128GB SSD is a bit on the small side, but that's pretty par for the course in this price range. The keyboard is actually quite nice to type on, with decent key travel and white backlighting. The touchpad is just okay. It gets the job done but feels a bit small. On the bright side, you do get a fingerprint reader for some added security. Battery life is decent, lasting me around 5 to 6 hours on a charge with mixed use. It's not going to break any records, but it's enough to get it through most of a workday without needing to be tethered to an outlet. As for the display, it's a 15.6-inch Full HD panel, but don't expect to be blown away by the colors or brightness. It's good enough for basic use, but if you're doing any sort of creative work or need a really vibrant screen, you might want to look elsewhere. All in all, the Asus VivoBook 15 is a capable budget laptop that offers good value for the price. It's not flashy or exciting, but it gets the job done for anyone who needs a reliable machine for everyday computing. Just keep in mind a few trade-offs like the lackluster screen and limited storage space. Number 3. Acer Aspire Vero 15. First off, I have to say that I'm really digging the unique look of this laptop. The chassis is made from a mix of recycled plastic, and it has this cool speckled texture that definitely stands out from the sea of generic-looking laptops out there. Plus, Acer says that using this recycled material helps reduce CO2 emissions in the manufacturing process, which is a nice bonus. When it comes to performance, the Aspire Vero 15 has been a solid workhorse for me. The 11th generation Intel Core i7 processor and 16GB of RAM have been more than enough to handle my daily tasks like web browsing, video streaming, and even some light photo editing. The 512GB SSD also provides plenty of speedy storage for all my files and apps. Battery life has been pretty impressive too. Acer claims up to 11 hours on a single charge, and in my experience, I've been able to consistently get through a full day of work without needing to plug in. The laptop also supports fast charging, which is handy when I need to top up quickly. One thing I really appreciate about the Aspire Vero 15 is the selection of ports. You get USB-C, USB-A, HDMI, and even an Ethernet jack, which is great for those times when I need a more reliable wired connection. The keyboard and trackpad are also comfortable to use, although I do wish the keyboard had a bit more travel. As for the display, the 15.6-inch Full HD IPS panel gets the job done. It's not the brightest or most vibrant screen out there, but it's perfectly fine for everyday use. The speakers are also decent, providing clear audio for video calls and media consumption. Overall, I've been really happy with the Acer Aspire Vero 15 as a budget-friendly laptop option. It offers solid performance, good battery life, and a decent set of features in an eco-friendly package. If you're looking for a reliable laptop that won't break the bank, this is definitely worth considering. Number 2. Lenovo IdeaPad Gaming 3. I've been putting it through its paces, and I have to say for a budget gaming laptop, it's pretty impressive. When I first unboxed this machine, I was pleasantly surprised by its sleek design. It's got this cool understated look with the subtle Lenovo logo on the lid. The laptop feels sturdy and well built, especially considering its price point. Now let's talk about what really matters: performance. I've been playing some of my favorite games on this laptop, and it handles them surprisingly well. The AMD Ryzen 7 processor and NVIDIA GeForce RTX graphics card deliver solid 1080p gaming performance. I was able to run titles like Minecraft, Borderlands 2, and even more demanding games like Deathloop, although I did have to turn down the graphics settings a bit for the latter. One thing I really appreciate about the IdeaPad Gaming 3 is its upgradability. It has an open slot for an additional 16GB of RAM, and if the 256GB SSD starts feeling a little cramped, you can easily swap it out for a bigger one. This means you can start with the base configuration and upgrade down the line as your needs change. The display is another highlight. It's a 15.6-inch 1080p LCD with a 120Hz refresh rate, which makes games look smooth and responsive. The colors aren't the most vibrant and the brightness could be better, but for the price, it's more than adequate. Battery life is a bit of a weak point, as is often the case with gaming laptops. I'm getting around 3 to 4 hours of use on a single charge, depending on what I'm doing. It's enough for a gaming session or two, but you'll definitely want to keep the charger handy. Overall, I think the Lenovo IdeaPad Gaming 3 is a solid choice for anyone looking for a budget gaming laptop. It offers good performance, a decent display, and some nice upgradability options. Just keep in mind that you'll be making some compromises in terms of battery life and certain design elements. But if you're willing to overlook those, this laptop delivers a lot of value for the money. Number 1. HP Victus 15. After spending some quality time with this machine, I must say that I was pleasantly surprised by its performance and features, especially considering its affordable price point. The first thing that stood out to me was the laptop's 15.6-inch Full HD display with a 144Hz refresh rate. It provided smooth and immersive visuals, making my gaming sessions feel more engaging and enjoyable. The colors were decent and the screen was bright enough for most indoor settings. While it may not have the most color-accurate panel out there, it still did a commendable job for a budget gaming laptop. Under the hood, the HP Victus 15 packs an AMD Ryzen 5 7535HS processor and 16GB of DDR5 RAM, which offered impressive productivity and gaming performance. I was able to multitask efficiently and run most of my favorite games without any significant hiccups. The 1TB PCIe M2 SSD provided ample storage space for my game library and ensured quick load times. The NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2050 graphics card may not be the most powerful option on the market, but it still managed to deliver a solid gaming experience at 1080p resolution. I was able to play most modern titles at medium to high settings while maintaining playable frame rates. However, if you're looking to max out every game or play at higher resolutions, you might want to consider a more powerful GPU. One aspect that I particularly appreciated was the laptop's efficient cooling system. Even during extended gaming sessions, the HP Victus 15 managed to keep its temperatures in check, preventing any noticeable throttling or discomfort while using the keyboard. The backlit keyboard itself felt responsive and comfortable to type on, making it a suitable choice for both gaming and productivity tasks. In terms of connectivity, the HP Victus 15 offers a good selection of ports, including HDMI and USB options. The Wi-Fi 6 support ensured a stable and fast connection for online gaming and streaming. The laptop's audio quality was also surprisingly good, with the speakers delivering immersive sound that enhanced my gaming experience. While the HP Victus 15 has a lot going for it, there are a few minor drawbacks to keep in mind. The battery life is somewhat average, so you'll likely need to keep the laptop plugged in during longer gaming sessions. Additionally, the laptop's design may not be the most eye-catching or premium looking, but that's to be expected in this price range. Overall, the HP Victus 15 is a solid choice for budget-conscious gamers who want a reliable machine that can handle most modern titles without costing an arm and a leg. Its impressive display, powerful performance, efficient cooling, and immersive audio made it a reliable companion for my gaming escapades. While it may have some minor shortcomings, the HP Victus 15 offers excellent value for its price and is definitely worth considering if you're in the market for an affordable gaming laptop. And now for the overall ratings. After testing these 5 laptops, here's how I rate them, based on their performance, features, and value for money, all from my personal perspective. HP Victus 15 rated 9 out of 10. The HP Victus 15 stands out with its 144Hz display, impressive multitasking capabilities, and ample storage. Its strong performance in gaming, coupled with a robust cooling system and decent audio, make it a top contender, while its design isn't groundbreaking and the battery life is average. Its overall offerings make it an excellent value for gamers on a budget. Lenovo IdeaPad Gaming 3, rating 8 out of 10. This laptop is a solid choice for budget gamers, offering good performance with its Ryzen 7 processor and NVIDIA RTX graphics. The 120Hz display and upgradability options are significant pluses. However, battery life and display brightness are the drawbacks. Despite these, it offers great value for those looking to game on a budget. Acer Aspire Vero 15, rating 7.5 out of 10. The Aspire Vero 15 impresses with its eco-friendly build and solid performance. Thanks to the 11th generation Intel Core i7 and a large SSD, it's particularly strong in a battery life and has a decent array of ports. However, the keyboard could use more travel and the display isn't the most vibrant, which slightly limits its appeal. Asus VivoBook 15, 7 out of 10. This laptop does well as an everyday machine with its sleek design and adequate performance for basic tasks. Its keyboard and added fingerprint reader are highlights, but the display and small storage might deter some users. It's a reasonable choice for those needing a straightforward, budget-friendly laptop. Acer Aspire 5, rating 6.5 out of 10. The Acer Aspire 5 scores points for its budget-friendly price and good battery life, making it suitable for students or casual users. However, its performance is basic, suitable for lighter tasks, and the lack of a backlit keyboard and mediocre speakers are notable limitations. And with that being said, we reached the bottom of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out.